This video is proudly sponsored by Newtype. Tools, accessories, model kits, these guys have it. Hop over to newtypeshq.com and use promo code Otaku for 10% off on your next purchase. Hey, what's going on, dudes and dudettes, and welcome back to another exciting build from the good folks from Bandai, Japan. So, since Christmas is just around the corner, I wanted to give you guys something special that I've been wanting to build for a very long time, and that's none other than the 1/60th scale ZGMF-X20A Strike Freedom Gundam from the popular anime series Gundam Seed Destiny. And without further ado, let's get to it. Welcome back, my dudes and dudettes, to the final episode of 2019. Well, maybe not the last episode, because I did plan on making 3 more videos. I got sick, and due to time constraints, I only had time to make only 2 videos, so I do hope you guys can bear with me on that. But fear not, fellow Gunpla builders, I've been scouring the internet looking for the model kit that you guys have been requesting for the whole entire year. Well, certainly it's not the Nintendo Switch, because I've been playing this sucker like crazy since I've been sick, but it's none other than the perfect grade Strike Freedom Gundam. So, first glance, when you look at this box art, it is amazing. The bright colors, the cool blues, the reflective surface. Definitely an eye catcher if you're going to pick this guy up at a model shop. But the beautiful thing about this box art, it gives you a description on what you can expect from this Gundam with its crazy articulation and its LED light gimmick in the head, its backpack unit, which looks really cool, and an action base to put this guy up when you're done assembling it. And on the other side, gives you a brief description on what you can expect for weapon accessories, figurines, and a beautiful description explaining the Super Dragoon weapon accessories for the backpack unit. So it's a pretty straightforward perfect grade, right? Doesn't seem too hard to build, pretty straightforward. But all that goes out the window when you unhook those clamps and you unveil what's really underneath that surface of that box. You are going to be immediately intimidated at how many gold pieces there are for this model kit. Now, let's talk about the sticker decals. So in the forefront, we got these like metallic, like gold leaf color stickers for the Super Dragoons, and some sticker decals. Not a big fan of this. If you're going to spend $200 to $300 plus on a perfect grade, you deserve to have water slide decals. But let's talk about this beautiful second manual, because the moment you open up, you are immediately introduced by the beautiful illustration of Strike Freedom Gundam, a brief diagram on what is actually happening in the war in the Gundam Seed universe, but on the very final page, you get a nice illustration of Strike Freedom Gundam in its awesome glory. But on the following page, you get this beautiful spread of other mobile suit pilots that exist in the Gundam Seed universe, especially the all-time favorite, Red Frame Astray Gundam. Now, I'm well aware that there is a Blue Frame Gundam. Doesn't really strike my interest. It's a little on the meh side, but the other perfect grade Red Frame Gundam, might have to give that sucker a shot. Maybe next year, maybe in a couple months, who knows? And on the final page gives you a brief diagram on how to apply the sticker decals, which I have to admit, there are a lot, especially on the backpack unit, so be prepared to actually invest at least a couple hours to get it done correctly. Now, as for the second manual, it's pretty straightforward of what you can expect, how to actually build the Mobile Suit Gundam, but the one thing you're going to notice that this kit is over 31 pages long. So you're actually going to be investing a lot of time into this. And my advice, when you build this mobile suit, take your time building the backpack unit first. I can't stress that enough. As for the remaining gold pieces, you get some nice textures of gold. Some that are really reflective, some are like a flat gold leaf color, and others are just kind of like a flat pale yellow. I kind of like the transparency between that, but for me, I'm going to try to keep that color consistent between all the metal pieces. Because the process is actually very simple. They just basically apply the first layer with a flat gold leaf color and then top the surface off with a clear yellow. Pretty straightforward. It's genius. I love it. Now, as for the remaining runners, you're going to get a handful of flat gold pieces for the remaining Dragoons, a nice sea blue and bright blue pieces for the funnels, which looks absolutely great with the transparency, a handful of runners which is going to be used for the backpack unit as well as for the whole entire Mobile Suit Gundam, and a sweet looking reflective shield. Now, in most modern perfect grades, most of the hands that come with them are already pre-molded onto runners. This is not the case. You're going to actually have to cut out each individual little piece to construct the whole entire hand, which is great because it actually gives you a great sense of appreciation for this mobile suit to really take your time and really enjoy building it, which I love it. A handy dandy action base equipped with 2 beam sabers if you want to add some custom flair to it. Next, runners up gives you a handful of clear pieces, which is pretty much going to be used for the Super Dragoon backpack unit. A couple of black pieces, which is going to be the mask for the eyes, the yellow V-fin for the head, a couple of white pieces here and there, silver pieces for the hips and shoulders for the pistons, a couple more blue pieces for the weapon accessories, reds for the shoulders and the cockpit area, which is nice. But there's one thing I absolutely love about this mobile suit is it comes fully ready with an LED light for the head. Not only that, but it's going to be coming packed to the brim with some springs that are actually going to be used for the Dragoons to spring open and spring lock those pieces together when you're done assembling the mobile suit. Now, normally when I build a master grade, perfect grade, etc., I always tackle the head first. It's definitely one of the most eye-catching things when you build a mobile suit or any kind of mech designs. It's absolutely a treat to build, and I really enjoy doing this, but since this is my second attempt on building this perfect grade, I want to make sure I do things right. So I'm going to tackle the backpack unit first, so that way I don't lose or damage or lose my cool when it comes to constructing this guy, because I did in the past. I made even more mistakes. I ended up stripping some plastic pieces, damaging some things. It was a mess. So now that I'm a little bit more seasoned, I got a little bit more experience at building this model kit, I want to make sure I do it right. Now in this part of the video, I'm just going to give you guys an example of what you can expect from this really cool LED light that comes with this Mobile Suit Gundam. Now, on every perfect kit that I have built, which is a lot this year, the LED light gimmick for the head has been definitely the weakest part of the feature, because when you install the light, the Gundam is kind of like they're kind of cross-sided. That's just me. If you look at them straight in the face, the light is basically focusing in the middle of the eye instead of like one eye individually. This LED light, however, for this Gundam actually works so well that I was actually really shocked when it was done. And if anyone doesn't want to do any kind of custom LED light and just want to put in an LED light that comes with this Gundam, just rock out with this. There's no shame of it. There's no one gonna tell you down. There's no one gonna make fun of you. It works really, really well. But if there was one thing I had to give this LED light some critical criticism, is the light bleeding effect. Now what I mean by that is when you plug in the LED light into the Gundam head, looks amazing. The eyes are actually incredibly illuminated because that's just how the light piping is. But as you can see here, the light is actually bleeding up to where the camera module is. And normally that's just either like a solid color, which is like a green or a blue, or you just leave it alone as in general. There's no need for it to pipe up in there. So for me, I'm actually going to be cutting this area off so that way there's no light bleeding coming in when I install the LED lights in both eye. And as for the camera module up top, it's going to have its own independent blue LED light. Alright, my dudes and dudettes, as this video is wrapping up, I want to share with you guys my thoughts and impressions about this model kit, because there's really nothing negative to say about this kit besides the backpack unit. It's a pain in the butt. It's just, oh, it's a nightmare. Holy cow, it's a nightmare. It was a nightmare 2 years ago, and it's still a nightmare to today. It's just, you have to pay very, very close attention to how do you install the springs into the funnels, and then make sure that the funnels interconnect with the base, and then make sure the base is properly aligned with the wing in front of it. It's just, it was a nightmare, absolutely a nightmare. But once you saw the light of the tunnel, everything became so much clearer. It so much did, because the whole entire kit is incredible. The inner frame is rock solid. The color choices for the Gundam are beautiful, with dark sea blues, bright blues, whites, a little bit of red, little bit of orange. Just, it's beautifully sculpted when it comes to applying a right color balance. And I love that, especially the inner gold frame surface. I'm not a big fan of gold, but this particular kit made me a big fan of it. And I think that's probably because I had to paint every individual piece that needed gold surfaces. But enough about that. But this kit does have great articulation, but it's nowhere near as Strike Gundam quality. So I would say it's like, you know, a B tier level. But when it comes to the design, it's cool. It's pretty darn cool. And then when you get the backpack fully assembled with the Dragoons exposed, and you see that extra inner gold plating, oh, it's magical, man. Oh my goodness, this kit was fun. It's fun. But with that fun comes some level of concerns, because the arms and the leg joints are incredibly stiff. And I know the reason why for that. You know, there's some crazy iconic poses that this mobile suit shows in the anime series that a lot of people want to pull them off. And I get that. But if you're the kind of person that likes to pose your model kits every once a month or all the time, or if you're doing some kind of stop animation or doing some kind of photos for like Instagram or whatnot, you have to be very mindful, because if you fidget around too much, you will break something. So keep that in mind. Now, I know there's a handful of you dudes and dudettes out there are like, I got the kit in the checkout box, I'm ready to hit pay. You just say the word Otaku Builder and I will do it. Hold on for a second. If you are a beginner, if you are casual, take a step back, build the real grades, build the master grades. I promise you, those are the best alternative. If you're an expert, yeah, go at it, enjoy it. The reason why I'm very cautious when it comes to people that are not experienced when it comes to building something that's as sophisticated and expensive as this is you're going to be prone to making more mistakes. And I can tell you from personal hand, when I built this 2 years ago and got to the very end of building the backpack unit last, I made so many mistakes. I broke so many pieces because I was so eager to get it done and construct it and then put it on the shelf. I didn't have a deeper appreciation when it came to actually building model kits back then compared to what I have now. So the best entry level of building this unique perfect grade is get a real grade or a master grade. Once you get comfortable with those, by all means, buy the perfect grade. But for right now, save your money and just get those two alternatives. But like I said before, if you're an expert or you're a seasoned vet and you've built many perfect grades in your time and you want a challenge, by all means, have at it. But like that, we have reached the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for the incredible 12 months. Thank you guys so much for new subscribers. Thank you, Newtype HQ. Thank you so much, Evans Designs. And you, the followers, thank you so much for an incredible 2019. And I look forward to seeing you guys in 2020. Later.